Hello, good morning. This is the Inner Silver Bullet, student of ICT, ICT trader, and we are on the 6th of May 2026 on Wednesday, and we are on the London session of of the the market. So for now, um, it's almost 8 minutes to it's 8 minutes remaining signal for us to start looking for to start signaling um to start signaling I mean give us the opportunity to start looking for possible trades, which is the fair value gap. And now we have 7 minutes remaining. From my previous video from yesterday, from the live trading that we made, and which is on the 5th of May, we had a trade on the market as we stumbled upon this fair value gap, and when it occurred, I didn't uh, I didn't panicked, and I made a trade around this axis. So the market was too choppy at that moment, and I had to place in my entry. I placed in my entry having my stop loss at 10 points. This is how the way or the style of my rigs is in the market. Give me a moment. Okay, so yesterday I made this trade, but unfortunately, price hit our first entry, our first take profit, like I said yesterday, and it came to our second take profit, but unfortunately, the market ran down to our break even. So, like I said, some people who might have taken this trade, I believe they they will actually set their take profit and won't set their sell. They won't stop. They won't move their stop loss to. They won't move their stop loss to. They won't move their stop loss to break even. So for me, when the price came to this axis, it responded with another fair value gap around this axis. So I had to get out of the trade around this axis, and the market still went upwards. So it doesn't mean anything to me as long as I've followed trading my trading plan. it's nothing for me, because I said in my trading rules, when the price has hit the first take profit, then I have to move my stop loss to break even. So saying that my stop loss is almost triggered, I decided that yes, I am going to go out in this axis. But always and always, this is the default RR I have in the market when trading. It is always 1 to 2, and maximum can be 1 to 3, but always from my own research, from what I've seen from the silver bullet occurring in every pair and also every day, it always and always triggers the 20 pips. No matter how the market runs, it will always trigger 20 pips. So this is why I decided that my stop loss has to always be at 10 pips. Some might move their stop loss to 5 pips. It depends on how anyone has his type of trading strategy regarding his risk to reward. But for me, I like to keep my risk to reward at 10 pips, having my take profit at 20 pips. So that is that for yesterday. And for today, I'm just going back through the previous day of what occurred in the market. And today we are on the London session, because the previous one I showed yesterday was actually um, was actually the was actually the silver bullet from the afternoon session, that is the New York session. From my own time zone, that is the afternoon. So this is a trade that I placed for that. And I can show you another thing that occurred also on that morning. We had 9:45. This is the area I placed in my first zone to start sitting on the charts to monitor the ICT London kill zone. And this is where it should stop. Okay, for now, I'm sorry, I was a bit distracted. So for now, and we can see from the moment the market starts trading at 9:45 a.m., that is the London session, you should be on the Okay, so I was a bit distracted. So from the morning session, we can see, we can identify our first fair value gap that we spotted around here. The market still was choppy at the moment where it's respected it before reaching the last uh, high and taking up the sells from this point. So that is that for that, and today our focus is on the morning session. So this is the first fair value gap between here and here. So we're going to place our trade in this axis. We are going to find a possible entry. I think we are going to the lower time frame and look for a possible entry to make a trade. Let's see. I'm going to use my Fibonacci and enter at 50% of the candle. I think this is okay for me, so I'll place a trade right there. I'm bring out my interesting. I can visibly see that this there's tendencies that the market will come to play out here. But if the market does not respect this fair value gap, because we have another fair value gap just right below the one we are currently looking at. So we are waiting for the price to come to that axis. If it doesn't come to respect this fair value gap, we can look for another new fair value gap that can occur in this axis, and our risk to reward is always 1 to 2, like I said earlier. So we have to wait for the market to break this low, this candle's low, before we can make a trade entry. So the market at the moment, we can identify our low right here. Pardon me, I have to remove this because I've already shown the silver bullet session, so I have to delete it. We have to wait for the market still, and if it doesn't meet up, we still look for a new possible fair value gap to occur in the market. So I just need the market to just tap into this fair value gap before I see. Like today, I see what I've seen is that today there's a lot of it seems like there's much of volume today. We have to still wait to see what the market has to do. The only point of interest that we have is this fair value gap, and this is just outside the this is just outside the silver bullet session. That is 9:45 to 48, and we are still waiting. This is the start of our silver bullet session. This is the start of our silver bullet session. That is 10 a.m. Like I said, one of the hardest things I ever encountered in trading was that I was always eager to make a trade entry, and most of the times I can actually maybe, okay, let me say, let me just ignore it and just place my trade around here and set up my stop loss around here, and it ends up, the market ends up hitting my stop loss and then going back to my direction, giving me in frustration. So I had to learn the hard way, because each time you make a mistake or you do the wrong thing, you actually learn it as a lesson to you. It becomes a lesson to you, and but when the pain of losing has gotten you to a point where that has gotten to you in a point that you have no any other option rather than just change, then you will change. When the point of change is greater than when the point of pain is greater than the point of ego and pride, and you set up for yourself in the market, you will start to, it will instantly come to you that you have to change everything that you do. And when you do, it won't even occur to you to make those mistakes. It might come once in a while, but that pain that you have before makes you wait, because you see the pattern, you know the pattern. You've seen it somewhere, it has repeated itself many times, and it has, maybe let's say, it has hurt you many times, where you have lost and lost and lost money, to the point of where you have no any other option than to change. So the excitement goes off your body. One of the secret about trading is that I've learned also from ICT. He said that once your trading becomes very boring, then you are doing the right thing. I thought for a minute that what does that mean? But with time, actually with time, I started understanding what he meant by that. When actually everything becomes boring, even when you, if let's say you are not making money, but you are following your rules and there's no much excitement in you, you start instantly, you start making money, because it won't even occur to you to make some possible mistakes which might make you, or which may make you to end up losing your money. So you're still looking at this, we're still waiting for the market to come to this axis, and we have to look, any candle that comes to this axis, we have to look at the close of that candle. If the candle doesn't close right below this fair value gap, then it is a very valid fair value gap. And if the market doesn't come to this point of interest, if the market doesn't come to this point of interest, you can see, well, let's look for another fair value gap in this axis before the silver bullet session is over, because silver bullet session ends around 11 a.m. from my own time zone. If you are on the, you're using the +1 UTC time frame, as you can see here, so it ends at 11 a.m. But for clarity, for me, for more clarity of seeing where the market is going, I used to extend it to 15 minutes late. So we've missed this first fair value gap in the 5 minutes. Let's see. But there's too much volume from this side. Let's see what this candle will close as. If this candle closes as a bullish engulfing bar, because these two signals a very good entry for trade, so I'm going to look at it very well. Since on the 3 minutes, our silver bullet, this candle was not respected. This first candle was not respected. We wait to see, since we are still in the 5-minute silver bullet session, we can wait to see what this candle closes as. Once it closes, we signal it as an entry, because we are still in this candle's silver bullet. And if we go to the 3-minute time frame, since we've missed this first fair value gap, we can instantly look for another fair value gap to make an entry in the market. So let's see. Let's see. I just made a trade at the moment, so I'm going to set my stop loss as 10 pips as usual, and my take profit as 20 pips. So for now, since my take profit is as, I'm going to set my first trigger of take profit to be at 50 points, at 100 points. That is my first trigger. That is 10 pips, has to be my first point of interest to move to move my stop loss to break even. So we are looking at this high to be taken out on the smaller time frame. You can see the market has violated all this, and it is making a retracement, reversal. It made a reversal and it's making a retracement for the trend. This is the 1 minute time frame, but usually our focus is on the this time frame. There's one annoying thing that I have with the broker I am using, because the price is not the same as the one that I have on the it's not at the same as the one that I have on the it's not at the same as the one that I have on this. It's not at the same as the one that I have on this trading view. So we are still looking at it. 45, 50. Okay, now we have the 45. I think today we might even end up with this. I think we might end up with a very clean because there's volume on the London session. I think we might hit the take profit right before the silver bullet session is over. Or again, we might, after the silver bullet session is over, the take profit will be respected. So whatever it is, I am recording it to upload and for people to see. So still, this is our first silver bullet fair value gap we spotted. So let me just still give it let me still give it its indication. The first fair value gap that we spotted. And the amazing thing is that the way that I'm trading this fair value and this silver bullet through those is that I always, because I can't say I am very, very, very perfect at it, but required that I've been testing it out for for more than 2 months right now. I had to stick and the fact that the type of account that I'm using to trade, that is the platform account that I'm using to trade, I had to be sticking I had to stick with with the with the with the risk parameters of trading trading with 0.5 risks of my account, because I have a $10,000 platform account, so I have to be risking 0.5% for each trade, because if I try to trade the way I want it to be in my own aspect, I might end up losing the account. So the best thing for me at this moment is that the best thing for me is that I should only trade and risk 0.5 for each trade. Still, I can meet up with a new silver bullet in the New York session, but since I'm looking at the London session also, and I am trying to prove it to people that this thing shows up every day, every time. I believe even with the explanation that ICT give us and what it does on his live trades, we might say there's still things for us to understand. So particularly also for me, whatever I say, you will just have to pick up a few um a few knowledge from what you've understood, and you can apply it to what you can create to be your own trading strategy and trade it along. So for me, always I have to be risking 0.5%, so that if I scale up with that 0.5% always and always, if I risk 0.5% and consistently I become profitable with the strategy, then I can scale up to start risking 1% for each trade. So for now, I can still say that I am at the application phase. It's also a learning phase, but an application phase for me. So I'm still trying to get better with it. Uh, Still looking at the market. Let's look at the 3 minutes. We see between this candle and this candle there was a fair value gap again. Let me expand it well for you to see. As you can see, between this candle and this candle there was a fair value gap, and it can indicate for you if you were trading on the 3-minute time frame to place another trade. And between it there's another fair value gap between this candle and this candle. The way to understand the fair value gap is that you have to look at 3 candles: the first candle, the second candle, the third candle. If the third candle doesn't close and doesn't open exactly at where the first candle, not the second candle, if if the if the first candle if the first candle closes, the second candle opens, and the third candle doesn't open right next to the first candle, so we can identify that as a clean fair value gap which the market can respect. So this also is also a fair value gap. This also that occurred here is also a fair value gap. So for now, since I've expanded it, I'm going to expand it. I've zoomed it out. I'm zooming it out, sorry, because I zoomed in to show you some things. So you can see this is a fair value gap between this first candle, second candle, and third candle. There's always a fair value gap in the second candle between the first candle and the third candle. So this is what we identified as a fair value gap. This is also a fair value gap. Like I said, if you've missed, since this fair value gap was not respected, was not tagged in, so you can wait. Since it is on the 3-minute time frame, you can wait for a fair value gap to develop itself for you to make an entry. So I am still on the 5-minute for me, and you can see this first candle and this second candle. There was also a fair value gap right between. Same for this first candle and this third candle. There was a fair value gap between, and this price just tucked in the fair value gap. So we are looking at the market still. I need to, as you can see, for this also there is a fair value gap between this candle and this candle. There is a fair value gap and it was respected. But this is not our symbol. That is our watch list for today. Yes. See, they give me any this thing. Apologies. I just spoke and my speaker is open. I apologize. Also looking at the market. One of the hardest thing to do in the market, like I always say, is that to wait. You have to wait always to look for an entry. You have to always wait again to look for areas to be expected. But always, I think for regarding making an entry, that is where you wait. But if you are on the side of, let's say, you've made a trade, the best thing to do is to set up a perfect alert, especially if you're using the TradingView or other apps as well. You can set up your stop loss to trigger as an alert if you have been stopped, and you can set up your first take profit as a trigger for you to move your stop loss to break even once it is respected. Same also if it is going to touch your take profit too, then you can look at the market and see what you have done and what the result you have gotten. For that, you can ignore the market and just keep going with your daily activities. I think our first take profits will be triggered, but as this high is going to be taken out, let's go to the smaller time frame and see this high will be taken out, and then I can move my stop loss to break even. Interesting. My battery level is low right now, as you can see it is at 19%. Now let's see if I can last till the end of this session. Hmm. We have 19 more minutes for the silver bullet session to be over, and I think that will be, for me, that will be the point of where I end my streams and also my video recording, because I have nothing to wait from that time again. So I'm going to take out this, and you can see I can continue looking at what the market is doing. Once it hits my first take profit, I believe I'm going to move my stop loss to break even.